pitched that. Lavrov being Lavrov. And I love it.
Oh, my gosh.
Because he's
Just call
going.
it Lavrov.
Depth of field.
No, it's great. It's great depth of field. I mean, the president, he doesn't like COVID, but he's saying, tell me what happened, Lavrov. And Lavrov said, we've had the Americans calling us. We had the French coming. We're going to have the Germans coming. And he goes, yes, yes. And he goes down this checklist. And it was, the great thing is, and this is why I think Lavrov can do a one-man show on Broadway.
Yeah.
This was all spontaneous. There just happened to be a camera there, making sure that
coming
every
in, but
Russian
they won't last long.
saw what happened.
It's going to be a limited run, Lavrov. It's going to be a short run.
Okay.
It's going to be savaged by the critics.
Okay.
Oh, come on. No, he's great.
Has there ever been an American Lavrov? Who's like the best American analog to Lavrov, historically or currently?
Is that?
I don't know. Could it be...
I mean, I'm just thinking about her dad. I know that.
I can
going, yeah, I know somebody who's in my family.
It actually sort of a Dr. Brzezinski type character, which explains why Dr. Brzezinski would quietly...
He would not like this.
Give...
I'm going to get...
No, he would. No, Dr. Brzezinski would give respect to Sergei Lavrov and say he does a lot with a little sometimes.
Okay.
And he understood. Diplomats understand who other skilled diplomats were, and he certainly recognized that.
So now I'm thinking there's like a one-act play to be made. That's to be Lavrov and Brzezinski like playing chess.
That's fantastic.
You could
and my dad.
like My Dinner with Andre.
So there you go.
Right? You watch that, right? Who wouldn't watch that?
Okay, we're going to get to the situation in Ukraine, which is not funny at all, in just a moment. But first, former President Trump...
They do have a comedian as a president who yesterday said they were going to be invaded yesterday.
That was incredible.
Said they were going to be invaded yesterday, and then later they had to come out, Willie, with a statement saying, oh, he was being ironic. Now, you see, this is a problem when you have a comedian as your president, because you say, hey, yes, we are going to be invaded by the Russians tomorrow. A lot of you people are going to die. Your house is going to be blown up. We're all going to be slaughtered. And then later they had to explain he's a comedian. He's being ironic.
Comedy's all in the timing.
It is.
That was poor timing for a joke.
It's like a little bit of an Andy Kaufman quality.
It's kind of a springtime for Hitler thing.
There's a little bit of an Andy Kaufman quality to his performance.
By the way, markets plunged after he said that. And he came out and said, no, I was just being ironic. I was making a commentary on the Western media, which says the invasion's coming tomorrow. The invasion's coming tomorrow. He says it's not coming on Wednesday.
You Americans, as you say, chicken tongue.
Chicken tongue.
And perhaps going forward, Google Translate or Facebook Translate, which is where this really ran into an issue yesterday, perhaps should not be, what we're relying on when we're talking about a war between Russia and Ukraine. It was just kind of like one of those, this is where we're at here. I think maybe the Ukrainian president should be a little bit more clear.
And then we would have known, that he said at actually the beginning of it, a duck, a dog, and a chair.
And Big Dad Brzezinski walk into a bar.
Walk into a bar. And Sergei Lavrov walked into a bar. Exactly.
Oh, my God. Okay. Very good.
We can never get to the news.
But to our top story of the morning, former President Trump's longtime accounting firm, Mazars USA, is cutting ties with him and the Trump Organization, saying it can no longer stand behind a decade's worth of financial statements from the Trump's family business. According to a letter released by New York's Attorney General, the accounting firm says documents from 2011 to 2020 should no longer be relied upon, and advised the Trump Organization to inform anyone who had received the statements not to use them when assessing the financial health of the company or the former president. The statements are at the center of two high-profile investigations, a criminal probe by the Manhattan District Attorney and a civil investigation by New York Attorney General Letitia James. Just last month, James said investigators had uncovered evidence that the former president and his company used fraudulent or misleading valuations of its golf clubs, skyscrapers, and other properties to get loans and tax benefits. The Trump Organization responded in a statement yesterday, saying it was disappointed that Mazars had chosen to part ways, but also noted the firm hadn't found material discrepancies in Trump's financial statements.
So, Tom, talk about this move. People that I called yesterday, trying to figure out exactly what this meant, said bad news for the Trump Organization.